Maria Taylor is the byproduct of the black matriarchy, of 55 years of relentless investment in and celebration of the black woman, and the exact opposite treatment of the black man and the black family. That's what's happened the last 55 years. I don't care if you don't like it. Those are facts. They invested in women, they invested in black women, and they neglected and set about destroying the black man and emasculating him. For the last 55 years, all Maria Taylor has heard, and every other black woman, you can do no wrong. You are the proper leader of black culture. And you don't need a black man for anything beyond occasional casual sex. The black woman licked her finger, stuck it in the air, figured out which direction the winds were blowing, and it wasn't blowing the black man's direction, and the black woman switched teams. She became a feminist. You may not like what I'm saying, but that's exactly what the hell happened. A fundamental fact of Negro American family life is the often reversed roles of husband and wife. Negro husbands have unusually low power. Maria Taylor's entitlement is 60 years in the making. Let me explain how Taylor got here. She convinced herself a white woman's private gossip made her worth $8 million a year. The sense of entitlement that caused Maria Taylor to exit ESPN in a ridiculous and nasty contract dispute was built over the course of nearly 60 years. Taylor and her representatives demanded a contract that rivaled ESPN employee Stephen A. Smith. Smith earns between $8 and $12 million a year. He's worked at the company for the better part of 2 decades. For better or worse, he replaced Chris Berman as the face of the network. He has an audience and a following. Maria Taylor, he has an attitude and a striking appearance, and a willingness to do anything in pursuit of power and money. She reminds me of my favorite character from the TV show Game of Thrones. You guys remember Cersei Lannister? Yeah, I loved her. She was evil. I guess that would make Rachel Nichols, Lady Marjorie, a deceased rival of Cersei's. In a desperate last-minute attempt to leverage ESPN to meet her contract demands, Taylor, with assistance from the New York Times, torched Nichols, NFL legend Drew Brees, and broadcaster Dave Lamont, and all of King's Landing. Taylor pretended that a year-old private comment by Nichols, a white female coworker, was the final piece of proof exposing the vicious systemic oppression Taylor endured while at ESPN, while their management whisked her to the top of the industry. Taylor sipped wine, sang, "We shall overcome," stood on the neck and shoulders of George Floyd in a cash grab. Yes, I said that. Maria Taylor stood on the neck and shoulders of George Floyd in a cash grab. She played the race card and used George Floyd in her contract negotiations. I might be insulting Cersei Lannister with the Maria Taylor comparison. This all started in the mid-1960s when the Assistant Secretary of Labor, Daniel Patrick Moynihan, decided to research and write a study examining the plight of black Americans. His report was titled, "The Negro Family, The Case for National Action." Published in 1965, the media referred to it as the Moynihan Report. Sparked by President Lyndon Johnson's War on Poverty initiative and the Civil Rights Movement, the Moynihan Report was 5 chapters long and called for the government to take unprecedented action in support of the black family. Moynihan wrote, "In this new period, the expectations of Negro Americans will go beyond civil rights. Being Americans, they will now expect that in the near future, equal opportunities for them as a group will produce roughly equal results as compared with other groups. This is not going to happen, nor will it happen for generations to come unless a new and special effort is made." Moynihan continued, "Measures that have worked in the past or would work for most groups in the present will not work here. A national effort is required that will give a unity of purpose to the many activities of the federal government in this area, directed to a new kind of national goal, the establishment of a stable Negro family structure. The Moynihan Report was a direct call for investment in the black man. The Moynihan Report was a direct call for investment in the black man. In Chapter 4 of the report specifically addressed the problem of a black matriarchal culture that was directly stated in the report. It's easy to find the Moynihan Report online. Go punch it into Google, find the link, read it for yourself. It reads like prophecy. Read it for yourself. President Johnson initially loved the Moynihan Report. In June of 1965, at Howard University, he gave a speech co-authored by Moynihan based on the report. 2 months later, the media demonized the Moynihan Report as racist, and Johnson disavowed it, scrapped it from the War on Poverty and the Great Society initiatives. Let me crystallize what happened. The Moynihan Report called for investment in the black man and the restoration of the black family. Great Society programs focused instead on investment in women and couldn't care less about traditional family structure. The spoils of the civil rights movement went to women. The feminist movement overtook the civil rights movement. Wow. Patrick Moynihan diagnosed a cancer destroying black America, the emasculation and the marginalization of the black man. The left rejected his diagnosis. They didn't trust the science, so they framed it as racist, offered the black woman 20 pieces of silver, offered the black woman 20 pieces of silver.
Come on, man.
And the cancer metastasized all over, and then they doubled down on the black matriarchy. That's what happened. The whole system has been rigged to create black Cersei Lannisters. I don't care if you don't like it, it's the facts, it's the truth. 55 years ago, the Moynihan Report specifically addressed the widening educational and achievement gap between black women and black men. Those gaps are far wider today. But all you hear about is, oh God, we gotta elevate these black women. You don't never hear anybody talking about elevating the black boy, man, anything. There is no focus on us. You know what we get? We get George Floyd memorials. You know what we get? We get Ahmaud Arbery birthday celebrations and bashes. We get black criminals raised from the dead, resurrected as pagan gods.